guys, this is John again. Hey, thanks you guys for checking out my disaster myths and survivor videos. I'm gonna still be doing those videos, but a lot of you guys were asking questions about disaster preparedness and what you guys can do to get yourself prepared. And having done disaster preparedness education for quite some time, I'm gonna start a new series on that, and I'm gonna once again try to use the same format I'm doing with the myths videos and split them up in really basic segments. So the first one I'm gonna do right now, and I'm gonna talk about emergency exit signs, especially the ones that you see when you walk into a public building. I always, when I walk into a public building, I pay attention to where the exit signs are located and where the nearest exit is to me, wherever I am in the building. I do this because I recall in February 2003, I read about this night club fire in Rhode Island that killed about 100 people. And what the investigators found after that event was that people had tried to escape the way they came in, and you will see this in disasters. People, especially fires, people will try to escape the way they came into a building, and that's only natural because that's in your memory. You remember, oh, I came in that door, I'm going to go out that door. But the nearest exit might have been right behind you, but you just didn't pay attention to it. So the next time you go into a building, pay attention to where the exits are at. And I'll read you some things here that the fire investigators found out. And this is from the National Institute of Standards and Technology that did some of the investigation into the nightclub fire. I believe it was the nightclub was called the Station Concert Club, and it was in West Warwick in Rhode Island. So you can Google that, you can look that up. I'll also post a link on the side here to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, their investigation into this. But they found that about 2/3 of the occupants attempted to leave through the main entrance, and many were unsuccessful. And prior to 90 seconds into the fire, a crowd crush occurred at the main entrance that almost entirely disrupted the flow of the evacuation through the front exits. And if you guys, I don't know if you guys can see this at all, but that's the diagram here that they had of the nightclub fire. And some other investigations too was that the fire chief, he said that the smoke hid the exit signs, and that's a very common occurrence. When you think about where are the exit signs located, they're located pretty much above doors, okay, at the ceiling level. And talking to fire inspectors and firefighters, they tell me that when there's a fire, the smoke usually rises, so that obscures the exit signs. And if you look at airplane emergencies, they've got those little lights at the floor, because they know when a fire occurs, all the smoke's going to billow in a plane, and people are going to be trying to be crawling on the floor, and they're going to be looking at the floor to evacuate a plane. That's the way they find a way through the exit doors. And it would be nice if large public buildings had the same concept of just little directions on the floor for people who are crawling, so that they can see that. But in the Rhode Island fire, the exit signs were obscured due to the smoke, and that's why a lot of people died, because they couldn't see the exit signs. And there were 3 other exits that had battery-powered lights, but people couldn't see them, and they were fully functional exits, yet people didn't take advantage of them. So that's what I want to just warn you guys about. Not warn, I advise you guys that when you're in a building, next time check where your exit signs are, and that way you will have that in your memory. So when stuff happens, you hear a fire alarm or some other emergency, you can get out really quickly.